World Cup. Fluminense ne Chelsea. Say we two teams ni na on paper. Chelsea ni Fluminense ni. Ubi so be bia say why and ye favorite so be win ya qualify the final. Me ye pretty sure say ni padodo na no ebe catch say e Chelsea bobuku no on paper. Nemum in as much as me ni padodo na ya adwen say Chelsea na ye favorite no. Tournament na ekoso wo US no untimi underrated the performance of Fluminense for. How omo fa so qualify ye? Ekwan omo fa so eyi Inter Milan bobuku ni free mu. Ekwan omo fa so eyi Hilal for ni free mu. This same Fluminense and a share Hilal for no more qualify. Hilal for no koshia Real Madrid. Madrid ntimi anhye no. Hilal for no and a Manchester City for free mu. And it's a Fluminense for etimi Hilal for no free ma. E kire omo performance a omo so show was that tournament we mu. And it's a we Chelsea na nipa dodo na tag wo say una we favorite so be win ya qualify their final. One untimi underrated Fluminense for no. And two untimi ma wutrim enye de. The first question abebusa honi ye say, e dey na ma Fluminense for na baba be do this stage a. So betimi akọ mani makọ do the final. Ken say what check your team ne from tournament we mu nyina na. Omo coach Renato Gaucho. Obefa bobo no ode omo ba tournament we no. Ade a mehu say why Fluminense team ni ye say, wa blend experienced guys no and young guys ni together. Enti so mu gina pitch ne so a experienced players no and acting as coaches. And it's a offer goalkeeper Fabio na or 44 years or vast experience 44 years on the post him at the moment. Or metre ho or metre back no mo bono Thiago Silva and also so I was our experience at the age of 40 years. Or metre back on the same thing or acting as sweeper. So between Ignacio da Silva and Gabriel Gomez no Thiago Silva no den experience ne eba we acting as the coach on the field of play, Edema to my friends at Fluminense. And to so far, offer Thiago Silva performance our tournament we ma ne commanding presence or deba how ye pillar organization and how or faso etutunyama we chrono e hono omo obi a we experience and on name kran ebo in finfi hono so no omo samo prito a on so that experience or deba be say finfi ho de amomo a in finfi hono ono na odi na experience ni di control finfin for no at time bia no o control Hercules mo ene sa guys o mo finfin ho and the final third in pokra no omo German canoe on so that vast experience. So from the goalkeeper see the final third no at least omo player ba could be o experience or the aka the young guys say boa Fluminense bobuko no we sa experience ni free ho ball no omo boni nyina no omo so je ball na omo de to form ni bi omo use omo wings ni because of omo three back no omo bono and omo use high pressing style enti time bia no omo create chaos at the man opposition team no enti team back a Chelsea for no your favorite Benitez Chelsea for no underrated Fluminense bobuko no ade back e ha omo ne say omo nye discipline omo di a lot of cars so far e wo FIFA Club World Cup no Fluminense for the 13 yellow cards it means that Chelsea for the ball to form no mo the ball ne tata Fluminense for no mo frustrate o ma on besha asia committee unnecessary fouls around omo penalty box na play advantage e the ama Chelsea but dia ba ko ni so obi ref ni say tournament na ekoso wo US no uyi PG bobo ni free o ma consider one goal the next team on time consider go e Fluminense wa consider just 3 goals enti onbema Chelsea tough time by me to put Chelsea say Chelsea ebe qualify e the final no akwa share either Real Madrid or PSG every game be a Chelsea abobia no oma a different approach enti ene ye kwa approach a Enzo Maresca and the boys ni beba players ni bi susu benya opportunity etimi ase akan Joao Pedro on so first game for Chelsea ye ko ready or the on board by Ken me to put him a friend say Chelsea so be qualify one player Chelsea enye very careful John Arias ono ana ye the creator Edema Fluminense bobuko no by the ebesibia no ene me to put Chelsea say Chelsea betima qualify to the final of this season FIFA Club World Cup. Me ram into the transfers now. What the kind at home with Joshua Kofi champion there no with Crystal Palace. Say what Chelsea right back position hona omo 3 players. Rhys James, Malo Gusto and Joshua Kofi champion. Now Osha pecking order na Kofi champion and a third about the right back position na. Akra so pese unya playing time no. Crystal Palace for approach Chelsea say ankomunya abrantie na ombefa ni loan omo kan so omo permanent deal. Na Chelsea for nya omadwen so ombeton Akra no because Rhys James nankasa na up to date almost rose prani betimaba ana ye say Malo Gusto no so no e prani so sisi enti Chelsea for the omu ye okay say anko benya 3 right backs in case say injury bia seti ina eno na Crystal Palace for say omuni Chelsea was some good relationship bia eba na omunfa player from Chelsea loan a omunya obi ti say Conor Gallagher de no o free Chelsea kobo loan Loftus-Cheek e free Chelsea kobo loan with Crystal Palace nan say ya Chaloba enti sa kwan na omofa so ye Chaloba Loftus-Cheek ana Conor Gallagher de no person ye the same thing no de ma Joshua Kofi Champon so omo twen Chelsea say Chelsea be mo definite answer say omo de abrante ni be loan e de ama Crystal Palace ana so omo nko Crystal Palace for twen Chelsea for no oko Newcastle na oko St James Park Chelsea ewo a center back ompe so omo ton eye Disasi teams ni bebre na aba Disasi ho Villarreal for aba ho Juventus for aba ho me na oka say the latest team omo so aba Chelsea say omo pe Disasi no eye team e friend say Newcastle per center back no omo tutu omeni na no omo say Chelsea Disasi no eye one player omo nya na ompe no aba be si akan e de ama team e friend say Newcastle enti omo hwe so omo ne Chelsea be negotiate Rasmus Højlund enu amede ne ho nsem bebre de bro say abrante ne say ono de opese otina Manchester na sa Manchester for na nkasa kase ombeton na or you ready to go team a odi ani mpa no Inter Milan keme na woka say AS Roma for so aba Manchester United so omo pe Rasmus Højlund na AS Roma for na omaba ni nyina no omo so omo pe ni loan entianka Manchester United emfa abrante friend say Højlund emma AS Roma for ni loan na sa 45 million euros no omo Roma for ntimi nto eno beka ya Manchester for kofa Rasmus Højlund free Atlanta wo Bergamo sa time na coach wo ho no Gianpiero Gasperini se Gianpiero Gasperini na wo AS Roma enti oye ono ana eka Roma mpanyimfo say omo nkofa Højlund emfa free Manchester emfa mbra AS Roma loan enti say Roma for the omo ho agim Rasmus Højlund ediu no menwa di indeed ho nkomo bebre say teams na ba ne ho Manchester monitor Everton monitor Juventus monitor ana Ali was Saudi monitor na ye say indeed yakodi nkomo bi a o say one de teams aba ni nyina no pe Manchester indeed ese teams o maba na afa ni nyina no team onye obebo pa na Manchester United owo relegation release clause no contract no Leicester sign no ehemu se Leicester call relegation na obi ade 9 million pounds ba e wo so omoton indeed boy ni so ono de o pe Manchester United Granit Xhaka Leverkusen for midfielder yenim se Granit Xhaka de obe move akọ Italy AS Roma boy ni mpokra ni AS Roma for areche AC Milan for areche personal agreement so AC Milan ne Granit Xhaka areche personal agreement ken ye sorry ya Juventus for so omo pe Granit Xhaka omo ma Granit Xhaka enko AC Milan omo Juventus for ni be hia no wo team e friend say Juventus inti Granit Xhaka ombra say AC Milan for ntimi ntu eskana omo Juventus ready to pay na Real Madrid for akra obeye ni video say wa promise Madrid for so betina Madrid 10 years no Rodrigo abeto dwa say Real Madrid for eton na Madrid enkoto attack amba Madrid enkoto a winger emba na emum Real Madrid for be use scan dia akoto a deep midfielder so in case say Rodrigo every Real Madrid bobo ko ni ma anko be expect say Rodrigo akodi abeto another winger e dia ba Madrid for say ombe use Franco Mastantuano da area na Rodrigo wo no na says can no invest a central midfielder enti Rodrigo mo ton na ni sika no mo mfa nkoto attacker and as a forward line player emfa mba Luis Diaz de metete ne kire say in case say otimi movie eko either Bayern and as Barcelona Liverpool for first target Anthony Gordon of Newcastle Liverpool for first target say in case Luis Diaz free Liverpool boboku nima only if the main sentence the underlying sentence near say only if say Luis Diaz be free Liverpool for main target Anthony Gordon or your long-term admirer Edma Liverpool boboku no omo decide say anka Sadio Mane kwa anko no anomba ko fanda be replacement enti Anthony Gordon ebetima your possible replacement ama Luis Diaz na AC Milan for ken omo per striker ene obete Vlahovic ade beche no akrame de Victor Boniface edimbai onim say AC Milan for say omo de Mateta ana Nicholas Jackson aka omo list ne ho possible strikers are AC Milan for person omo sign no Omode Mateta of Crystal Palace, Nicholas Jackson of Chelsea, Ediaka AC Milan, omo list of strikers a person omo sign no. Enti omo hweso betimenya Nicholas Jackson, anasa Mateta, emu baako. Newcastle for so hwese Callum Wilson na we free bobo ni ma yese oye free agent no. Ombetima kofa another free agent. Aya Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Edi aba be Newcastle bobo ni. Enti Newcastle for so possible replacement for Callum Wilson. Another free agent, Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Liverpool for Ken. Ameki Bibia Clay Ediama Giovanni Mana. Giovanni Mana ana ye sporting director Edema Napoli bobuku no. Ana Liverpool for akachi omo say. Omo Liverpool for no omo ya we say. Darwin Nunez aka yes extra Napoli for. No omo Liverpool for no pokra enim say Darwin Nunez ese obete ne salary no so abeje 5 to 6 million euros a year e wo Napoli bobuku nim. Ano makache Giovanni Mana say omo koto Darwin Nunez e dey free Portugal no. Omo tuya 75 million euros. Wabebo season e kakra. Ebo no eye 65 to 70 million euros. Enti sa 50 million no omo de buy plus 5 million no omo nje. Napoli for prepare another bid e de akoma Liverpool for no. Omo reject sa 55 million euros no. Sa 55 million euros no emu 50 eye guarantee fee. And emu 5 eso so eye add-ons. Mena wo ka say AC Milan for replacement for Theo Hernandez. Na omo si omo beko Girona. Abrante ne friend say Miguel Gutierrez a o si akande ma Girona no eno na AC Milan for say on person kofa Abrante no be replacement edema Theo Hernandez AC Milan for form de kono 25 million euros anom de koma Girona na sa di uni bema Real Madrid for benya 50% of sales no because Abrante no at the time of free Madrid akọ Girona no na Madrid say Girona for ton na mu 50% AC for at the 25 ekọ na AC Milan ho abiem omo so omo wogidie say Barcelona ba be fa Rafael Leao minim gidie no omenya no Barcelona ma make ne clear say omo wing on be sign no entra 60 million euros AC for say chenchino omo gidie say de keka kono omo ntimi nsan Luis Diaz ana Rashford enye omo main target but omo gidie say transfer ne be wie no na Barcelona for the offer ba say omo pe Rafael Leao na Victor Osimhen ene Galatasaray nkomo no ken ma memfa bimbo Galatasaray for nya agye atum say omba kotua the final release clause 75 million euros. Na initially 65 million euros na Galatasaray de coin na Napoli reject ye no. Na omo hwese ombetima negotiate. Na report ne kire say Sunday ana Victor Osimhen na nkasa frɛ Galatasaray for mpanyimfo. So Sunday etwa na ofro mo no. Ana Galatasaray president ana mpanyimfo no omuko hyiaye ewo Rams Park. Omuko hyiaye wo Rams Park no. And we decided say on back to release clause no 75 million euros. But the 3 years and betua every year be on betua 25 million euros. And the 3 years and betua 25 million euros every year biano. Mami wie ma member boss ma inkuku ne Bayern de no. What it hu bebre. Ma member figure na ewom no. Bayern for initial fee on person de come Chelsea 35 million euros. Add-ons 5 na akwa 40. And na Bayern for person de come Chelsea. Magay Newcastle for some money call Liverpool. Almost the 45 will call.
Okay.
For Magay. Meno ka say Malaysia. On sa Manchester almost will be ampe. And on a Malaysia agent, ako catcher Chris a Celtic for all Scotland say, the 3 million pounds kokrana, bet me enya brantieno. Mino will re pokrano. Andre better. Epese oye move be for a bereche eze. Eska and a player. And yet is a player and a defender. And the Arsenal forces a release clause of 68 million pounds no. On person mutua kakra no the player aka ho. Initial installment no so me say anka every year bia no on betua 20 million pounds. Crystal Palace for so mompe. Latest offer Arsenal dey kono cash plus a player for a bereche eze.
Wo Kwame Jela ye better was say Edelson bre na be rem kakra mame.
Me da say na senior man awoshi e wodun kwa na fen mame nchia na ye pa na ye monkomo ye pa. The attorney said, you see, I have been monitoring what is happening at Real Madrid. Now, let me say this and let me also rope you in this conversation. Previous season, I say Vinicius Junior, as I said, the Ballon d'Or, the man, no. Say 24 goals, 9 assists. That's like 33 goal involvement. season ya ye wom ya enche we are closing the door see 22 goals 16 assists 38 goal involvement. But what did me say? In terms of goal involvement, Vini has more goal involvement this season than Safene is on the Ballon d'Or. If it is about matter of goals, enka conversation we yanka Vini has some. But now Vini has the numbers, but the impact is less. Nkobana mi ni udi no what I say. Say your numbers say dia Vini won numbers no, but the impact of Vini ankasa benya or Madrid team ni no. Every single time bana ever from. Inti Sauye Jabi Alonso a any fonina me ye check kakra wo pre-season ni say mini pre-season ya ye boy ya. Look, the decision to let one player go no ebeden. Say me sure Jabi Alonso ball no mo ball na say enye get the ball to Vinicius Junior, get the ball to Kylian Mbappe. Now let's possess the ball, let's control the ball, let's carry the ball. Into Vini is going to have less impact than what he had last year. And I say previous season, yeah. Gonna me know what I say. Because you see, time Mbappe Emma, you know, Carlo Ancelotti was get the ball to Vini. Let Vini have the space, give him the ball.
And no more lose matches, baby. No.
And yes, I know lose. And no more Champions League.
I know some Moshe and Abasa.
And the also so na name also so na more Champions League. So when Kylian Mbappe came to the conversation, his impact reduced. And then I'm saying, Muhammadu many Jabi Alonso, Nancy Yamana Oye, no, Vini Bobo ni bipa, but the impact and said that yes, yes, sir. But what did the Micho say? Now, says Rodrigo Goes, Hendrick, I was a free club with the Boko. Because says no, I don't see Madrid selling these two boys together. Because Madrid in Yana being so called striker Biabesisia. Either Hendrick leaves on loan or Rodrigo Goes leaves. In Vinicius Junior conversation, yeah, a word of the mark, but this year he needs to understand his role. He might be scoring goals, but the impact or Madrid team, it might be less. And I want to stress my words one, might be less. Well, yeah, moving on. Yet say, pay attention to Fluminense for no. The last time I made against Inter Milan. And a water break be by. You could see Thiago Silva. Catch the coach Ghana Gaucho say, Coach, when this 62 when you. Now Thiago Silva catch the coach and say, let's change the system. Eba gwenimu. And o translate or say, or catch a coach is almost a system, you know. Now Omuma John and Ross Emma inside. And the coach in the ball tinku. They switch the system. Now, Sanfonia make the actual way say a coach a otie ni players. Now, a 62-year-old coach when he will not listen to any player. So bet you watch his experience. Today, Chelsea are going to play Oluman for old boogies. Now, Chelsea are going to play team with a lot of experience. Omo goalkeeper ni yefene Fabio. Ken, under 17, 1997. Tima coach Afranedi Eko and Aziz Ansa Atram Awulukwe Hamza Muhammad. So many neja ibo onibo. When goalkeeper now or Dadima Brazilian national team nonye. On the down. Yefene Fabio. Ushe television no swa. Ken says hey Fabio on the go at the Fluminense with 44 years.
44.
Onye Fabio. 97. Just Aziz and some omunan kron kaida or two na omunyina. Sa team no na Matuzalem sa okay sa boy no. Ronaldinho mu team omunyina ejai akweda so bobo. Fabio 44 years and ne obedago September 45 years on the dago de ma Fluminense for no. The Obama right wing back, Xavier, we did 35 years. Center back, no, Thiago Silva, we did 40 years.
Omba for no beti menya omo age na mama.
Back number 5 at the back.
5, okay.
5
Back
plus the goalkeeper.
Okay.
200 years. My year calculations,
200 years.
200 years.
Omba 5 no.
Back 5. 200 years.
How many face Chelsea?
That's your eye.
Okay. Chelsea.
But the interesting thing is that 200 years, could have 3 clean sheets this tournament. Inti, Kofono Bono Mobono, Omunim says, I want any more bebreu, but they play with a lot of experience. Opetima, Club World Cup, yeah, Omukuta possession, Omufaboni bebreu, Omuboni bebreu. Seems that now I was checking the list of teams they could have possession pa. Out of 32 teams, no, also 22. I'm for possession in Yashi. Yet the few chances they get, they know how to put the ball in the net. Normal striker, no. German Kanu, when he 37 years old. Striker, no. Only John Arrest about 9 and 10. 37 years.
On average age, between 20, 29 years.
Oh, about 30 years. Go Grafo. Your Luman Boogie team. And now, it's not some no, and yet Thiago almost at Thiago Silva now, or Dean among for Bonnie but senior man for whom
44-year-old goalkeeper.
44-year-old goalkeeper. And all done go no come.
Only Aziz and Samo.
Ani Aziz a tram God when a tram or more Iki Afrani team no is Yanko Pomfa the crazy. It's Chelsea would have to make good use of the least chances they get. Because in front of Fluminense, the phone will sit deep. Allow Chelsea to take the possession. Chelsea phone possess it, but Saboni free or moon semwa. Kofoni beti miya punish you. Me pa mucho Chelsea lineup. Eya na eye dependence on the double pivots. Anytime you see Moises Caicedo, Romeo Lavia, nature say Makukurela, obey inventi as a number 8 or number 10, or Obeka back 3 no. Sene Romeo Lavia or Mobonibi. I am looking at the Chelsea double pivot. Say Enzo Moises Caicedo. I just say either Chelsea's right back or the left back. Bakube inventi abeshe midfield. Once the left back inventi se kuku inventi beshe midfielder. Chelsea left wing wano ombe here Pedro Neto Madueke. They will not need Joao Pedro or any of the footballers Anase Kupama. In the Chelsea lineup, Rihanna normally a double pivot. So the last game on against Palmeiras, Chelsea normally on build up a 3-2-5. By their last game, only in 3-1-6. The reason is say Palmeiras fund they do not know how to press. It's Omujai Andre Santos on Kwanso no engine as a defensive midfield. No one pushy plus ni be bring with him. Now the same way I'm expecting the same style because South Fluminense the for no Omo ha Chelsea be bring. They wait for Chelsea to make a mistake. Now, I'm going to pounce it on. They toss to you. Ken, they are close to Barcelona, Nico Williams, and Bilbao have the Tabasso. Asamna Ram Kakra, Tio.
Tabas said intro.
Maybe your story in Indian say. Nancy, Oko Spain, who ever say allegedly Javier Tabas, Ecosia Bilbao for no. And do documents Emma Bilbao for the Barcelona for seeker something and a Bilbao for so comma boy any agent Felix Tainter and a Felix Tainter so a king kai who owns a kai for seeker samunye and no call request say sa clause no say man register me make free. That is the story on which Hadia took Papa no so said Tabas say no crown and say no cre. We expect and said Tabas Beba Bontia Bible church. But he's second. What I don't understand about this whole buha and they say Pastor for in quotes Omotan for Pane Nico Williams. Yet their lover boy Lami Yamal Nadan for no. What did the big guy say? Barcelona, Omuja Javier Tabas pa. Laporta so down for pa ni Tabas. So where do these guys stand? Tio. Asamono ni tintini nyina ni say. Sa VIP seats no. According to Barcelona, almost auditors na audit. auditors na audit wie and almost say so VIP seats no ma pass am Barcelona for into Barcelona can get back to 1:1. Javier Tebas has insisted over best 6 months in say on Jintu. Into time Barcelona negotiations for Nico Williams, Javier Tebas countless occasion or by interview biano or say Barcelona cannot register the boy. And then I was say Barcelona for you who be, but I don't understand Papa Ifana Laporta. Tebas make him move be a negative about Barcelona. He's always quiet.
Let's come attacking.
I don't so Tabasi on the Madrid phone count.
But it's serious obey or the document to become
a horno. Tell me say allegedly.
One day obey on
the okay, so say I no correct na Barcelona with evidence. The court they would get this man out of office. If Barcelona do not do that, and I just say no correct, try to move and throw their two papa no so. But what the meet you as? But say the attorney say Elanga a 55 million pounds. A trigger clubs need now to revisit their transfer and reevaluate their place again. So Elanga last season she 6 goals.
You're 50.
You're 55 million pounds. Then Chelsea are like, no. Then the Madweke, you're 50 view.
Well,
say the next thing goes to Bigimo. They say if Manchester United are not very quick about this decision about the Mbwemu. Say, Brentford for so I revisit it because if a 6-goal player aje a 55 million pounds as an evaluation, Obia share 20 goals in the English Premiership, as I saw what say.
It's all 90.
So the more you wait, the more an evaluation no as
a Chelsea for no Sakra say kudu sukra mo be 60 million.
Say kudu 60 kra no
mo kotom Madueke saying.
Say kudu share 5 goals.
Madueke saying.
Himself share be 11.
As a Madueke also.
You know, say clubs necessary. Man yan the faster.
Chelsea Ball Club World Cup. Chelsea shouldn't underrate Fluminense. Adiabako ni say Chelsea ye dano no.
Fluminense.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's a Chelsea underrate yomo. We've said say Chelsea teams are bonny teams are helpful. But Russia pass of Fluminense ni baby free bana. Teams are Fluminense abo. We shouldn't forget the Fluminense na ye can once one the Inter Milan frame. Inter Milan team no unti convince me say your team ye weak. The only difference and they said there have been a technical change. And no any bad dia obijina swaka. But it is a strong team. Fluminense in a uniform. Al Hilal in a Manchester City frame. Omu wie no. Omu be share Fluminense. And a Fluminense e Al Hilal frame. So that is the kind of part of Fluminense bobo ko ne nam so awodeba. So it is not a side that is weak. Match Chelsea underrate yomo. That is number 1. In the last 11 matches Fluminense are working, they are unbeaten in all competitions. In the last 11 matches. Oh yeah, no free one man. In the last 7 games they have played, Omo keep 5 clean sheets. And your team are defensively, Omo you very solid. And you could share such a side. And fun say oh kwa game and form. Debbie, it is a very difficult game. And you move in 7 months for a Chelsea won tournament to emu. Such Chelsea both teams say you weak no. I feel that this is the time Chelsea improving financially will be said they are meeting a stride they are strong. Now Chelsea able to me beat you normally are common. I expect the quality now Chelsea kitano about to bear. It wouldn't be an easy game. In the last 4 matches Chelsea has played, in which 3 Chelsea are conceded. It is a side that easy some concede a goal based on the last 4 matches they have played. It is clearly Fluminense into so where they almost tie. That is where the focus of Chelsea should be. Almost for draining John Ariaso. He's a tormentor or hard. Almost stopping up the attack of Fluminense in first will be a muscle. Chelsea beat me any day. I'm expecting Chelsea to win at least by 2-1. Ken, moving on Barcelona. Transfer window Obia set targets or plan A. No wako B. No wako C. Washeshe because when him say bet me aba say be faili. Me nya de me hwehwe no. But se me nya na me ma position na ho. I was me pro bi ba be shem. And so therefore Barcelona had a plan. It started from Nico Williams. Omo pro bi was left wing position honum. It was possible senka Nico Williams ba. Even the structure of Barcelona and the placement of players on the field of play bet me asesa. Abrante number. And then Luis Diaz de ba be famu. And also so Liverpool a catch omo say nya de omo beton. Oye no edi free one ma. Marcus Rashford nom any ade nyina. Omo nso din eba benenam mu. Edin ba ko ababa betom sesi amene wo kasai e wo Barcelona e ya kwada e friend say Xavi Simons 22-year-old left winger and then attacking midfielder for RB Leipzig. So what follow Bundesliga no wa ball akwada ne ba. Who sa akwada ne mode mo osro. A lot of clubs say akwada ne services omo pe. Problem e wonum sesi an has been the price tag of the player. Omo value na around 80 million euros. Barcelona nye ready so betu asa sika no but nkomo betimi akoso ama price tag no ma lowa no no ma fa akwada no enso de na baba be piem o Barcelona boboko ne mu onye obi abeka so ba be command sport e o Barcelona said the nkana ye count Nico Williams there say nko ba ya the left wing position no obetimi ababa be boni apushi Rafinha e the number 10 anase mfimfin there be Xavi Simons there ntesa obetimi ababa be ye backup but a very good one for that matter. The left wing position Otimibo. Osanzu Timibo the number 10 position in place of Dani Olmo. Obetimi aginem no body ama Barcelona boboko no. Oye no ni free one ma. E to da ya born as a false 9. Of which ni nyina Osanzu Timi ginem na obo. It is a Barcelona nya no wo team ni mu a. Wanya Nico Williams, wanya Luis Diaz. But he's even gotten someone who gives you a lot of options than Nico Williams and Luis Diaz. And in terms of numbers he's been there. Last 2 seasons, Osha 10 goals in the Bundesliga. Last season, Oshe 8 goals and assisted 11 times. And he's a player. The money was show. Now very good. C'est Barcelona Nyanwa. And we shouldn't forget that he's a player who started from the Barcelona youth team. Osha free Barca and anymore. And Barca loves to get these players. Said they adaptation any problem and some fan mano. So Barcelona should make sure say omoni akwada ni bedin komo no omoni RB Leipzig aka price tag ne wasem no matimi anya akwada no 22 years obetimi understand Rafinha no understand ni ye enkodu se Rafinha free system nim no catch sa position na oboni ye e dia ma Barcelona cause he's a good player. Can moving on. Chelsea team no there are players from Mobam. It's in common na e koso no clearly ebinum susu be film. Na no ni edi no ni Madueke hon komo. Say like it's obetimi free ball boko him. Say no ni Madueke free Chelsea because if you send the performance nya then there are other players say possible so to be free on them because no ni Madueke at Chelsea has been a better player than them. Players ni be any Christopher Nkunku. Christopher Nkunku eba Chelsea 2 seasons in here. The first season of Chelsea Ken Obano there was huge expectation na wakwadana so. Obera Chelsea pre-season and Okoko Pride. Time and a whole tunnel. It was in December and I bought almost half of the season every year and I whole tunnel the debut game the match Chelsea. That season, which was last 2 seasons, about 11 matches in the league that they match Chelsea. Injuries near the end no or share 3 goals from those 11 matches. Chelsea supporters in few say player wababenya injury. Na niema nkonka ya mfama no obe ra Chelsea boboko nim na about 11 matches what me anya 3 goals there. So following season or ya fit no nya lot of games the match Chelsea boboko na the performance ni be kosoro akwada ni be ra boboko nim no performance na anya sa the following season last season about 27 again 3 goals and also share the match Chelsea boboko no e wo league ni mo it's in the certainly performance and supporters they training numbers some more expected so the be no amasa say see our report say Bayern Munich after so messing out on a so the top players are not open or they are draining attention in Nkunku so. People are questioning why because I'm feel saying Nkunku more than money.
But because when you're Rafael.
Yes. When you're Liao. Luis Diaz are heading into switching attention because he needs to be able to be able left wing or no man other options anymore.
No be on Jao Felix.
Ken Jao Felix is a bad player. And I say he has that kind of hype. But stage no. Onya club pressure wom.
Okay.
Onya club on be respect no. No bona anko yem pasto ya didn't be jinama bono get back to the best of form. There is a lot of pressure over Bayern Munich. Supporters no more problem no. Me feel that this deal is going to be good for Nkunku because Premier League ni be aya den dia ma akwada no. Eye no kre. But in the Bundesliga, na Nkunku numbers or dem awosoro. We shouldn't forget that in the last season of Bundesliga ni man sana over Chelsea. O she 16 goals in the Bundesliga. On the year top scorer. Our Bundesliga nim sa season no. On in the class 4 krog and a chair. He was the player of the season in the Bundesliga. And a Chelsea kokoto ne buy. Wabo France, wabo England, wabo Germany. But baby, I want the best of football near Germany. Abra will see a kind of RB Leipzig bobo kono. Etienne So about Chelsea na near Konkai. Now a team from Germany where we establishing about good football, Gini Ding, and Sana Chelsea got on a bar. I was a brand in Temnoko because a honey a baby or boy establishing it, and he knows the Bundesliga terrain very well. Before the last season, our before my Chelsea, I make us know your top scorer. So season, so no, I said 20 league goals. Our Bundesliga anymore. As an attacking player, and certainly it is a field that can only pa. And I believe that going back to the Bundesliga is really going to help the player at this moment because Chelsea, none of my numbers, yes, and yet, but he did way better than Nkuku. Our Momanako, now how much more? It won't find any way out. That's a buy and a bar. Uncle, no conconya be more, non getting back to the best of form. Kakrabi on a Troy Dini. Or say the purchase of Zunimendi to a year Arsenal. Of you say onya impact bia. So I had the top 6 teams. Our Premier League, many of defensive midfielders are. Obetimi ni Abrante na ya adwene. Liverpool wineable, Gravenberch. Chelsea wineable, Caicedo. Man City, Rodri. Aston Villa, Amadou Onana. Newcastle, Bruno Guimaraes. And ana Arsenal, Thomas Partey. Uhe teams we ni omu defensive midfielders ni nyina adia ba ko na run through. Omu ye defensive midfielders, omu ye robust, omu bobo gidi hard tacklers. Because it is believed a Premier League, it needs a lot of energy, any high intensity. But there are players at stages. Team need to say and manifest those players. Or Arsenal born or Mobonoa. Or pursue Babe you see Zunimendi as a deep lying playmaker. It is already the trend of defensive midfielders. Your Premier League in media. Obakasa Branty need to more. But Arsenal coach, Spaniard no. Are ready so better than style to fit the player. No one created from deep areas. Ediama Brantiano, Ekobasa, Arsenal been a lot of the balls. Pressure baby more so. Now Kobasa defensive midfielder and I was also supporting defenders. Now a lot of tackling. It's in as much as say you Premier League defensive midfielders, or you robust, no me giddy. Not tried in your seminar or can no creno. I believe Sir Martin Zunimendi, at least Euro Zunimendi against England. Time of Birmingham in the second half, he played against an English team. Now you're dominated by a lot of English boys from the Premier League. Or excel here. On your 92% of the passes right. A Juma in the bar creating from the deep as a defensive midfielder. He was able to do it and do it well against players from the Premier League. And so therefore, we need to trade in Yadene. Abrantian and Chassis. Now you had a performance for Arsenal now for young Jajeno. But as we speak, game ni nyansha ase ne de mintimi kasa wontimi momfa masna
yebehwe eno enche baso nemom mamenfa we introduce Alaska Star Enterprise me pacho